Who is seeing whom? Brahma is seeing Krishna face to face. It's two, not one. Mayavadis are always in trouble. They think absolute truth is one. And then how one can see other? What is this nonsense? Here Brahma is seeing the Supreme Lord. So two. Prabhupada explains. There is called predominated I and predominator I. It cannot be one. So the whole problem is, we say I and mine, aham mameti, pumsa sriya mithuni bhavameta, tayor mitho hridayant grantiyahu. Then, and after that, ata griya shetsa sutapta vite janasya moham aham mameti. This is a whole tamasha of I and mine. Man sees a woman, pumsa sriya mithuni bhavameta, they unite. And then what happened? Tayor mito hridaya grantiyahu, not in the heart. I am mine, you are. No. And then after that they need house, kshetra, some means of livelihood, or the field in previous time. Suta, children's. Apta, friends, and vitta, money. And this whole expands our tamasha of I and mine. But the I and mine principle Prabhupada explains is actually very interesting. Karmis have the principle of mind. Even animals show this principle. You go to a dog's area, this is my area. You have seen how? If a dog has to pass another area, he runs and passes because that mine is very strong. This is my area, mine. Suppose a dog has something, another dog wants to take it, he shouts, fights. Mine. The principle of mine is there in animals and normal conditioned souls also. Everything they think this is mine. My country, my community. Mine. And there is another principle. These are animals. The people in the platform of mine are animals. And there are people in the platform of I. Who are the people in the platform of I? Jnanis. Proper explanation. Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahma. Then who is the Brahma seeing face to face then? If I am everything, whom are you seeing? Whose darshan you are waiting for? So Prabhupada says, refuting the Mayavadi's argument, Mayavadis say, okay, because the principle is, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvaloka Maheshwara Aham. I am the controller of the whole material nature. Somebody says, I am God. Okay, all these Mayavadis say you are God. Then control the material nature. No, future I will control. If future you are going to control, that's okay later. But today you are controlled or not? So what kind of God are you? Why you are subjugated? It doesn't stand any argument. We can understand how society unfortunately gets stuck in this philosophy. Whole society. We are maybe perhaps, sometimes it looks we are spending so much time defeating Mayavada. But the reality is 99% people who know about spiritualism are Mayavadis. Or all Mayavadis. They cannot understand difference between predominated I and predominator I. At least Mayavadis accept the Upanishad, they don't accept Purana. That's their problem. Then what about this statement of the Upanishads? Nityo nityanam, chetanas chetananam, ego bhavana vidadati kamha. Sitashara Upanishad says very clear. Nitya, there is one eternal and there are many eternals. So like Brahma is taking darshan of the Lord, there are many Brahmas like this who take darshan of the Lord. But that I is different. Nitya. Chetanas, he is conscious. Okay, you are also conscious. What is the difference? Eko bhavana vidadati kaman. That alone, that one can maintain everybody. So Krishna says here, I am the giver of benediction. It's not pride. My fan, you can reduce. It's not pride. Why? Why it is not pride? Because why it is not pride when Krishna says I can Yeah. Yeah, there are two. Yeah. So why it is not pride? How to understand? Because he is. There's nothing false, no? Krishna is saying, even Narasimhadev says similarly to Prahlad Maharaj, ask the benediction. What do you want? Take. He says. So similarly, Krishna Brahma has done penance and he has seen Krishna. Krishna is saying, take. What do you want? I am the giver. So that kind of a feeling, giving, is actually nature of the Lord. It is not artificial. It's a nature. He is giving. Yesterday night we are reading, Krishna says, I am the sun and the moon. Basically, they are created by Krishna. So, you to remember Krishna, is it very difficult? It's not very difficult. He is giving anyway. He gave you sun. You create, no? True, Maharaj Priyavata created, but you can't do. Maharaj Priyavata created one more duplicates on opposite side. So, no need of darkness. You can have bright light whole day. But you can't do. You are not so even intelligent as Priyavrata. So, he created sun. So, he is giving you. He created moon. He is giving you. He is giving you air. He is giving you water. He is giving you everything. He is the giver. Eko bahunam vidadati. Is it clear enough? Eko bahunam vidadati kaman. He is satisfying he is supplying the needs. Actually, we should meditate like this. Krishna is feeding us personally. Every day. All the supplies, whatever we have. That is how we are using Yukta Vairagya. On one side we say the scientists are children's, other side we use all the items. So somebody may say, you insult the scientist, at the same time you use everything science has created. Correct? Isn't it a contradiction? No. Because we know all the resources, say this mic, all the resources which you needed to make the mic were given by Krishna. You didn't create them, they were supplied by Krishna. They were already there in the material nature. Nobody is creating a matter. Matter already exists. You are just transforming it. And then the intelligence is transformed. That also the Paramatma gave in the heart. It belongs to Krishna. And something belongs to Krishna should be used for his glorification. So even though, so you may say that you don't give credit. We give credit, but to the degree you deserve. Not more. You transform matter. Okay, I give you credit for that. You got the intelligence of Krishna. That is a separate issue. That much credit I will give you. The Bhaktivinoda Thakur says the problem of the scientists is that they speak on see what happened. Now take the scenario, just meditate on this. 150 years ago, India was only covered by Gurukuls. There was no Western education. Every village there was one Gurukul and free education. And the Britishers came and they banned the Gurukuls. They banned. Nobody was allowed to teach. They said, stop this nonsense education. And they introduced their education, their knowledge. And many people, they started learning English. And at the same time, not only they started learning English, they were called Bhadra Samaj. They started dressing in suit, pant. Indian dress was always like this. Suit, pant and all. They were called Bhadra Samaj. In Bengal was the just like today, Bombay may be the leading. Bengal, and that was the capital for East India Company at that time. Maybe that time that was the best city. Otherwise, Lord Chaitanya also appeared there. It's the center. It was the center for India. They also made Bengal as their capital. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur saw this. That so-called Bhadra Samaj. They have rejected the Vedic knowledge. And they now taken to Western education. So he made a comment. He said, it's not correct when we speak on an area in which we have no expertise. We speak beyond an area in which we have no expertise. You see, in the Vedic whole knowledge, there is one characteristic. There is no maybe, might be. That's how it is. There are 84 lakh species exact. But then what happens? Certain areas science knows. Just like we have been discussing this joke. Nowadays people are doubting. This has been, they are doing ASI, Archaeological Survey of India, is doing research to see whether there was a temple where Ayodhya, where mosque is built. Now, there can be no joke bigger than this. Everybody knows they broke all the temples. Everybody knows. What research? That means you are proving your history is not even perfect 500 years. That means you are proving. They came only. That means, okay, forget the other aspect, all their politics. That means your history is not even 500-year old. Okay? That is also they have to, perhaps means you cannot accept it as knowledge. You cannot write a book. Perhaps don't print a book. Till you're sure, don't print a book. Perhaps we are not interested. Perhaps I am also perhaps. Why are you giving me information when it is perhaps? Now suppose a TV comes. Perhaps there was a bomb explosion in Singapore. And why you are giving news then? If it is perhaps, I am not interested. If you have facts, please tell. If you don't have facts, don't tell. I think it must have been a flood in Mysore. Must have been. Why you are telling us that? Unless you are sure, don't speak. Can you go to the judge? I think, sir, there might have been crime in an area, so please act. You say, how can I act when you are not even sure a crime has happened? You go to a policeman. I think a neighbors, I have a doubt. I think perhaps maybe. You say, please, I can't act like that. You give me some facts, I can act. This is how much information you're having, not even 500 years. You give them, say, 2000 years. Okay. So when you say the earth was created 4.5 billion years ago, say perhaps. Now you are giving a perhaps. What I have to do with perhaps? So you say, I don't have information. How the world came into being, say, we do not know. Be honest. We do not know. Don't say that we know. We do not know. Correct? But you are hiding your insufficiency of knowledge by perhaps, must have been, might be. Once you don't have information, and you also know, another thing which you have to know, your senses are limited. Today you are here, you don't know what's happening in your clinic. You have no way to know. You have to know only by some hearing, some authority. You have to ask somebody who knows. You have to ask somebody who knows. So I do not know how the universe came into being. I look for the information who knows. Very affirmatively. So here we are seeing Brahma is seeing Krishna face to face. From Brahma you know. How does Krishna look? Let Brahma speak. And what does he say? Yamashama Sundaram Achintya Gunas. How is Brahma explaining it? Brahma Samhita so nicely. Chintamani prakara sadma shukalpa vriksha laksha vraset surabhi abhipalayantam lakshmi sahasra shada samravasevyamanam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajan venum kvanam tamaravinda dalaya taksham barahavasam tamasitambuda sundarangam Kandarpa koti kamaniya vishesha shobham govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So how is the Brahma so speaking? Because he is seeing. We see now in the Bhagavatam, he saw Krishna face to face. Therefore he is speaking. He is not saying, perhaps he is holding a flute. No, he is holding a flute. That's how the God is. So clear picture is being presented. A so clear picture. So therefore we should feel very happy and fortunate to come in contact with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is very, very nice. Nice picture here. Venum Kanantam. So Brahma is seeing Krishna face to face, and there is a difference between predominated I and predominator I, the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, what is the point in going seeing? Another thing is that you see the sun, philosophical point, by the light of the sun. Of the sun. You see the sun by the light of the sun. And you see yourself also at that moment. You don't need a light to see the sun. Sun is seen by his own light. That means sun reveals itself. You cannot see him by your own ways. When it reveals itself, just like in the morning when sun reveals itself, by his own light he reveals himself. Other object, you may need something to see. Sun reveals himself by his own light. Okay, you can see the sun has come. Therefore, it is called the eye of the universe, because without the sun, nobody can see anything, including the sun. Yachakshiresha. So same way, if you want to see Krishna, it is by revelation. Krishna reveals himself. Your mental logic, your speculation is of no use. When Krishna wants, like you have a doubt, we are all discussing whether sun is there or not, sun is there or not. Suppose morning, 5:30 discussion has started, whether sun exists, or maybe there is no sun only now. Some people had an idea previously, every day morning sun is born and evening it dies. You know that. These are all big scientists of past, and modern scientists are not much different, equally foolish. So now in morning you see the sun coming up, then sun reveals himself by his own light. Here I am. Look at it. Look at me. You don't have to put your torchlight. Here I am. All of you come see. So therefore Krishna, if Brahma was doing tapasya, is coming in front of him. Now Brahma doesn't have to exert. He's there in front. He's seeing Krishna by Krishna's light. It says, therefore, God realization includes self-realization. Why? Because when the sun rises or Krishna appears, you see Krishna. And by Krishna's effulgence, you see yourself also. Just like I am sitting in the dark, I can't see myself also. I can't see my hand, how does it look? I can't see. Because pitch darkness. But when you see the sun, not only you see the sun, you see yourself also in that light. So God realization includes self-realization. So the Brahma, when he is seeing Krishna, what is happening? He is understanding everything. And then Krishna will not reveal himself to whom? Last class he called Kuyogi, Kuta Yogi. And previous word in Bhagavatam we have heard in first canto is to Narada, Kuyogi. Krishna does not. The Prabhupada says material attachment and God realization don't go together. You cannot see the Lord at the same time be attached to material affairs. You cannot. You have to see him means you have to be totally pure. Then Krishna will appear. Krishna is kind, he is very merciful. But then you have to be serious. Yes, Krishna, I want to see you. Correct? This is understood. So God realization, like Brahma saw Krishna, it is not easy. You have to be very, very serious. Prabhupada says it will not come by this nonsense Bhagavata recitation. What he calls that Bhagavad Sapta recitation. Because that person is reciting Bhagavatam not to liberate the audience. When Shukra Muni was reciting Bhagavatam, it was to take his disciple to Vaikuntha. He gave him total samadhi on Krishna, which he had. His mind was absorbed. Therefore, Suta Goswami says, Harer Gunakshipta Matihi. His mind was totally absorbed in the qualities of Krishna, samadhi. And what Parikshit Maharaj got by hearing, his mind also got absorbed in Krishna. And he left the body, went to Vaikuntha. Rather, you are saying, where is that snake? Let him come now, I am absorbed. He became fearless, totally fearless. In fact, he had told in the beginning. Therefore, Shruti Phala he had already told. What is the Shruti Phala he told to Parikshit Maharaj? Tasmat ekena manasa. Tasmat ekena manasa. Bhagavan swachutam harihi. Shrotavya kirtita tavyata. Then? Ichatam abhayam. If you want to be fearless with ekena manasa, with one pointed attention, you hear about Krishna. This is Shruti Phala. Just like I have seen very interestingly. Suppose you know this person is telling something, and if I get a clue from him, I can make a lot of money. So immediately we become very interested. Even though we don't understand, we are still hearing him. So what is the purpose of hearing Bhagavatam? You'll become fearless totally. Actually, all of us are full of fear. Prabhupada said among the four sufferings of this world, maximum suffering is because of fear. We suffer maximum because of fear. Can't sleep. What will happen? What will happen? What will happen? It's true. Life is changing. It's always fear is there. Sometimes become more. We are a fearful situation gives maximum pain. Other things don't give so much pain. Eating is not a big problem. You can take care. You can fast also half a day. So many times we fast full day. Correct? Sleeping is also not a big problem. Mating is also people arrange somehow. But defending is the biggest problem in this world. So total fear. The material exists. And how the fear start? Bhayam dutiya anuveshita shad. Fear start when we forget Krishna. The moment we are in fear, remember Krishna. That's how we should remember. Because we should not forget. See, in this world, when a very fearful condition comes, Vyavarika level we take protection. But even after that, when something is coming, take it to the will of the Lord and be peaceful. Just like we take example of Chitraketu. Chitraketu actually did not do any gadbad. He just talked to whom? Shiva. And he had no disrespect for him. He was not like Daksha. Daksha was envious, jealous, and he is offending Lord Shiva. And he got punished. Also like that. His head was cut off. But here, he had no offense in his mind. He was just saying this is not the proper behavior. And he was also on a platform. Now he is also pure devotee. And there are various angles to it. But the point is, Lord Shiva did not take any offense. Okay, good point. Just like you say, you should have Prabhuji taken class in Hindi, so everybody can understand. Why you are always taking in English? This is a Kannada Desh. You can say. Now there is no offense. You have all respect for the devotee, but Prabhuji, the language this will be better. You can say that, but there is no offense. You are just trying to correct. This is called constructive criticism. There is no offense in that. You have all due respect. But Daksha had offense. He wanted to finish him. But he didn't want to finish. He said, Lord Shiva, you are the, Maha Tapasvi and all. You are the great personality. Maha Tapasvi. So I know there is no influence in your heart, but this is not a correct example. In public, you sit with your wife giving class. People will imitate that. Or they may think reverse. You're also like them. So either way, I don't think it's a good thing. And he started laughing. What's happening here? This is not a correct behavior, my dear Lord Shiva. So then what happened? Mother Parvati took an offense. And she's also right in her own way. He said, who gave you this work? Even Brahma doesn't come and scold his father. Narada never told us that we made a mistake. These are all top personalities of the universe. We have become bigger than them. God has given you some rod to go all around the universe. Hey, you're not doing correct, you're not doing correct. This is not actually, we should not do like that. Correct? We have no business to do it. Who has given you? My dear son. She also actually is taking in a proper way. My dear son, because everybody is her son finally. Durga's son. My dear son, become a demon. So that you have to not repeat such a mistake again. What you have done now? A personality, Lord Shiva, you are insulting him in public. And Lord Shiva also shows great character, because we've been discussing the everyday morning. In public, somebody laughs at you. You really get angry. Anybody, correct? Lord Shiva, just smile. Because he is a great Vaishnava. Otherwise we cannot take it. Correct? Anybody take it. Publicly somebody laughs. But he took it in the right spirit. That this person is only trying to correct. But here, Mother Parvati got angry. And she is also right in her perspective. And she cursed him. And Chitraketu came for the aeroplane, paid obeisance to her with full surrender. And she became fully satisfied. And then he says, I accept the curse. Even though I know I have not done any mistake, please pardon me for the mistake I have not done. Please pardon me for the mistake which I have not done. This is the way I told you, this funny statement was made by Madhvacharya also to Achyuta Preksha. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.